just for the record, that never gets old. So thank you.
And I love it, but like when you come out, ever somebody say, "Hey, Theo,"
that gets old.
But you know, when you walk out and you see it, you strike a chord within hearts. How does that feel?
You know what? My experience, coming out the box on that show, that had such it wasn't just like the #1 show in the world. It was a show that had such an impact on the world,
absolutely,
on white America, on Black America, and that's something that I will always be proud of being associated with.
Yeah, and also I think it is. Something like The Cosby Show, we grew up with you and the life lessons that you went through, I went through, and what we're going through in this world today, it's the joy that we felt at watching that show and watching you, Malcolm. It is. It's like a nostalgia of that of a good time.
And goodness.
And goodness, right. Absolutely, of love.
So I watched the show. I introduced my daughter to the show. I think she was like 4 or so.
Yeah.
So like she recognized me. Like she'd be like, "Oh, that's Papa. Where's Rudy?" So for like the first year or so, she would call The Cosby Show Rudy's Family.
Oh, I love it.
Because that was her reference. But being able to watch that show with my daughter was just really surreal. Because I remember, Mr. Cosby's intent was for this show to be timeless.
Yes.
And he would say, let's not use this particular slang. I'm a teenager, I want to use the slang that we're using, fresh or whatever. And he was like, let's not use this slang because that's going to date the show. Let's make up our own slang because in 25, 30 years, when people are still watching this show, I want the show to still be relevant.
And it is still relevant to this
day. So I watch with my daughter and I go, this show is still relevant.
It's still relevant. I still use some of the same examples with my son,
who
acts like you now that you used to act like a while ago. But it did mean something to me, the show. And I'm looking at you, you bright yellow, which is joy. But I love you. I love the way it says Black History. Wait, Black History, more than a month.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes. So with our podcast, it's Not All Hood. We took it upon ourselves. So remember at the beginning of the year, there was this hoopla about, Black History Month being canceled, Juneteenth being canceled. So we were like, well, first of all, we're like, thank you for the reminder that we don't need anyone's permission to celebrate Black History Month.
That's right, absolutely.
And since we always complain about Black History Month being the shortest month of the year,
February,
what we decided to do was take it upon ourselves to celebrate Black History Month 12 times a year.
Yeah.
So every month, the yellow represents April, but every month will be a different color. You can go, so if you don't know the website,
it's called
the podcast Not All Hood.
And it's playing everywhere.
And
I love this.
Yeah, so wherever you listen to podcasts, you can check us out. And we deal with just all aspects of the Black community.
Okay.
Oftentimes when we refer to the Black community, we refer to it as if it's a monolith. But there's so many different lanes to the Black community.
And layers of blackness.
And layers, yeah. So we cover all of that. But all that to say, I brought you
you brought me one. Thank you. I was like, I know you didn't.
Yes.
I know you didn't come and bring me one.
And just for the record, so I've been doing this my whole life, obviously. You're the second person I've ever brought a gift to.
Really?
Yeah.
See?
The first time I brought a gift to Arsenio Hall. My mom made some cookies.
Really?
And I brought Arsenio some of Mom's cookies.
Okay, well, not that I wouldn't have liked the cookies, but I do love my T-shirt. I love this, and because, okay, I listen to your podcast. I love it, Not All Hood. I cannot believe you were talking on the podcast that you didn't know that catfish is eaten with spaghetti. Now I know that's fettuccine Alfredo. Okay.
I thought it was me for a second.
No. We couldn't find a spaghetti picture. But catfish you didn't know that catfish was eaten with spaghetti, Malcolm. In Chicago, we eat catfish with spaghetti. And I love it because we're not all monolithic.
Right.
So we do it with spaghetti. Like, I love the fun aspects of the show as well.
Sure.
So that's the one thing. I'm going to make you some catfish with some spaghetti. You give me my T-shirt, I'm making you some catfish with spaghetti.
As long as it's got hot sauce.
I'm going to put the hot sauce in it. I'm going to put the hot sauce in it.
You're gonna make the spaghetti wearing the T-shirt?
I will wear the T-shirt. I'm gonna post it. You know, you be asking for a lot, Malcolm, but I'm gonna do it. I love you, and I'm gonna do it. But you know, and you talk about this experience, and you know, you're inspired by others. You inspire me, and I know that Phylicia Rashad was here. Phylicia Rashad was here just a little bit ago. And when I tell you I was sitting across from her, I was in awe of Phylicia Rashad. Yeah. I try to soak up all the wisdom I can when I'm around her. Does somebody like her, does she give you advice still?
You know, it's funny you ask, because I called Phylicia, this a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And I was kind of going through a period that I was having a struggle with hopelessness.
Oh, okay.
And it was just really, the world is just in a dark place.
Yeah.
And I called Phylicia, and I just asked her, Phylicia, you seem to, she's always grounded, and always centered. So I said, how do you deal with hopelessness? And she said, baby, baby, you just have to, I just have to remember that we've been here before, right? She said, all this that we're going through, we've been through some version of it. She said, the light and the dark have to coexist. They always have, they always will. You can't have the light without the dark.
Wow.
And that really put things into perspective for me. So I may still have those bouts with hopelessness every now and then, but they're shorter.
Okay.
Because I remember that.
Right.
The necessity of the light and the dark.
And it's really nice that you could call Phylicia up to get that wisdom that she's learned over the years.
Yeah.
To get it from her.
We spend a lot of our lives together, so
yeah.
So there is a sense of our growing up together, right? In terms of the wisdom that she's amassed, as I've grown up. So we've all, all of us, like even though we may not talk all the time, but we all have such a strong bond. Yeah. Because we had an experience that only you had, absolutely. Yeah. And shared it with us so much. And this is what I love about you, because a lot of times child actors, it's hard for them to, bridge that gap. Not only have you bridged that gap, you've been working nonstop, Malcolm. Now I'm looking at you and I was like, oh gosh, you on alert missing persons unit. And it's a season 3. Season 3. Season 3. And you brought us a clip. Let's take a look at the clip. Oh! I love that thing that you do. I love that thing no matter what role you play. When you get serious, just that thing, your nostrils flare a little bit. It's that thing like, Malcolm, you're not playing around. Like, now, this character, now you're a detective. You like playing a detective? Yeah, I find out that I love playing authority figures. Ah. Right? So in The Resident, Dr. Lawson was authoritative all day long. And I love being Detective Bill Houston, because he's like he's a supervisor. He's the father that the missing persons unit didn't know they needed. Right. And that's, you know what? I congratulate you, because you have done so many things, and you still inspire us. I thank you for my T-shirt, and Malcolm, thank you so much for just being here. I love it when you come. Thank you. You always educate. Like Malcolm, always educating everybody. Yeah. Please welcome Al Roker and Courtney Roker Laga. Thank you. Oh, I love this. It's so beautiful seeing you two together, like working together. Father, daughter. So, like, Al, are you like having a great time enjoying all of this time with Courtney? I actually am. I don't think we've spent this much time together one-on-one since like high school. Because we've been going, not me, her. Because we've been traveling, spending 2 years working on the book. Right. Yes. And then now we've been on a book tour, and it's been really terrific. Yeah. So like Courtney's giving you a chance to like bond and really talk, or
I mean, he's a busy he's a busy guy, right?
Yes.
But he made time for this cookbook, and it's been a great experience. Not everyone can say they did a book with their father. So
absolutely, that's what's so special about it.
Yes.
Now, I love this, Al. The Roker family is growing. Yeah. Courtney, you have your 1-year-old daughter, Sky. And she... Oh, my gosh, she is so scrumptious.
I look crazy there, but... Yeah.
We ain't looking at you. We're looking at Sky. You look as crazy. Once you have a baby girl, you look as crazy as you want. It's about the baby, but are you enjoying motherhood?
I know every parent says their child's perfect, but to me, she's literally perfect.
Yeah.
And, my husband does a great job, and it's just, I love her so much, and he's obsessed with her, too, Oh,
girl, how many times a day are y'all kissing that baby?
I know, I can't stop.
She is, first of all, she's a terrific mom.
Yes.
And Wes is a great dad. But this is the happiest baby. She just is, she wakes up kind of happy, she's like, I would hear people, new grandparents, and they're like, oh, my grandchild, and it's like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Oh, how great can this be? And she is just the best, I mean...
Just the best.
Oh, my God.
It's so funny, Al, because this is your first grandbaby, which this is so special. So does Sky have any fun nicknames for you? What she call you?
Well, my dad, rest his soul, was Pop Pop. So, and you said
She said Pop Pop yesterday for the first time.
She
and
did?
I called him, for the first time.
Oh.
Yep.
Have you heard her say it yet?
I haven't heard her say it yet, but, she's just, it's like, so I bought her a car, so.
I like this Pop-Pop. Now, and Al, I love it. You just turned 70 this year. Congratulations. You look amazing.
Well, thank you. And you know what? I was very blessed in that, Courtney, Deborah, my wife, Deborah Roberts, my daughter, thank you.
Deborah.
My other daughter, Leela, my brother, Chris, sister, Alicia, they all just kind of converged. And really, they were advocates, And the greatest gift they gave me was I didn't know how sick I really was. Okay. In fact, Craig Melvin said, Al Roker was in heaven's waiting room.
Oh, my God. Did having a grandbaby do anything for you as far as being fit?
Yeah, I wanna be there for her. Because listen, when you're 50, you think, oh, my life's half over. When you're 70, it's we're more than half over. And I'm looking at her and I said, well, I want to be here for as long as I can to see those milestones.
Absolutely.
And the other thing was, so Courtney told me when I was in the hospital, she was expecting, she was pregnant, and she said, hey, we should do a cookbook.
At the same time.
At the same time. So one I was thrilled about, the other not so much.
But I'm gonna ask you about this cookbook because I really want to know about it. I just have a bone to pick with you, Al. You talking about fit and being fit for your family. First of all, I did not know that Lenny Kravitz is your cousin.
Yes.
I did not.
What? What? Is it that hard to believe? When you see those pictures of Lenny working out in no shirt and leather.
Now that I'm looking at you, I can completely see the resemblance.
Of course you can.
Absolutely.
I'll just take my shirt off right
now. Where is he your cousin?
His grandfather and my grandfather were brothers.
Okay.
So in fact, his grandfather's name was Albert, which is my
Albert.
name.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you're related to Roxy Roker.
Yes, Roxy Roker.
His mother.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know how many years I wasted? I didn't know that if you would have told me. You could have made it one phone call.
So in other words, yeah, I like you, but I would have liked you more if I had said.
Al Roker, I would have liked you so much more. I'd have called you and Deborah way more. I'm coming over for Thanksgiving, as a matter of fact.
Lenny's not going to be there.
Oh, well, then I don't need to come. I'll come see Sky. Now, Al, Deborah Roberts so graciously came and joined me on Halloween. Yes. She was with me, and she said, this was from her mouth, she said, your sense of humor drives her crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what she said. Well, Courtney, do you think your dad's funny? I think he's funny. What do you think?
Well, I guess.
Actually, you probably don't even remember this. So Courtney asked Deborah when
Yes.
we were dating, she goes, why do you love my dad? And Deborah said, well, he's kind, he's generous, he's thoughtful, he's funny. And Courtney said, you think he's funny?
You're kind of funny.
It's kind of funny. That's the best.
A dad, dads.
It's
dad
dad
funny.
humor.
Dad
You know, it's
humor.
dad
Yeah,
humor.
yeah.
So you've had a lot of his humor while you've been, on this tour. How's it been?
It's been manageable.
I'll take that.
Yeah, Al, I think that's all we're going to get with this one. I want to congratulate y'all on your new cookbook. Your new cookbook. This is so recipes to live by. And Courtney, you said that it was your idea right after you had the baby. How did you convince your father to do this?
You wore me down.
I just felt like it was such a great project. And, during the pandemic, he was doing these videos with Nick online.
Yeah.
And it's just great feedback. And I was like, this is a perfect opportunity to do a family cookbook. And he's done cookbooks in the past.
Yeah.
So I just felt like we needed something new, bright, and eventually he agreed to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the idea was, well, let's do some family stuff.
Yeah.
But the problem was, my mother didn't write any recipes down. My grandmother didn't.
Yeah.
Her mom didn't.
Yeah.
And so she was like this recipe detective, interviewing people. Right. What do you remember? What do you? And she came up with all these great recipes.
Okay, I love it. You said she came up with, who did all the work?
No.
Courtney, did your daddy do? Because Courtney, I'm just saying, I'm looking at the book. Were you too tired to get in the picture?
I'm in the book. His face sells, so it's like.
She's got pictures. And it was, well, here's the deal. I wrote the intros to all the recipes,
Yeah.
head
All the
notes, they call it,
stories
all the
and
stories.
everything.
Okay.
And that's how Courtney came up with like 150 recipes. Wow. And then we talked, and if it didn't have a connection to our family or our extended family, then it got jettisoned. So we ended up with 100 recipes.
100 recipes. That sounds so yummy. Richard, oh my God. All right, ladies, do it one more time. I know y'all want to. They had to get that out. I hear you. Now, I remember I saw you at the Divorce in Black premiere. And it was just, the one thing that I loved, I was so moved by your performance as a pastor who was just trying to protect your daughter. Like every level that you played, I was so in it. Do you ever get tired, Richard, of people saying how great you are?
No, I don't. No, I don't, because it's an appreciation of the work that you put in.
Yeah.
It's as long as it's not empty. If it's like they were moved and touched, and you made a difference, and it's a ministry of sorts,
Yeah.
Especially with a character like that, because we haven't seen a black man like that, a father like that in a long time, not since the Cosbys, really.
Yes.
In terms of that, yeah.
It's so funny. Yeah, keep going.
That responsible, loving, caring, protective, wise, non-judgmental, father. And me and Debbie killed that relationship.
You really did, and I felt that what you were doing, it was a love letter to your daughter. So when you say it's a ministry of sorts, that's where it touched me. Like, this is a father who loves his daughter so much. He got hurt trying to protect her.
Yeah.
So.
Listen, my daughter was my date on every red carpet until 13 years ago.
Really? And we love Bianca.
From the time she was 6 years old. So I get a little emotional thinking about the love and raising young women.
Yes.
I mean? It's like, it's a challenge.
You know what's so funny? I'm sitting here looking at you, and it's very hard sometimes to separate you from your character. All I keep thinking, I keep thinking about, Poltergeist. Like, Poltergeist, you were in Poltergeist 40 years ago, and it's still freaking me out. Still. How did Steven Spielberg even cast you in Poltergeist?
Well, I did a play called Streamers, and the character was, he kills two people in the play.
Yeah.
And so when I came up from the opening night, I was talking to, I forgot who I was talking to, but I heard this voice behind me say, "See, Stephen, he's not like that." It was Amy Irvin who was married to Stephen at the
yes.
time. And Stephen said, man, I did not want to meet you because you had to be close to that character, but you're nothing like that character,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And then maybe 4 or 5 years later, Poltergeist was on the map. And I went and met him and had the opportunity to work with him on that.
And boy, and that's all I keep thinking is Poltergeist. I'm looking right at you, Richard.
Hey, listen, Poltergeist is a cash cow because I'm still getting residuals from that.
That's what I'm talking about. Shame, tell the truth, shame that devil, I'm telling you. You know, Richard, is so funny because when Debbie Morgan came here last time, she lovingly called you husband number 2.
Yeah.
Now, what is Debbie Morgan? I know what she means to me. What does she mean to you?
Listen, Debbie and I love each other. We have such a great relationship.
Yeah.
You know, we have such great chemistry, and she's been my wife 4 times.
Wow.
And you know, and now that we're not husband and wife, there's still this undercurrent of energy between these two, you know,
Yes.
love-hate characters, and
Yes.
it's so fun. You know, you put us together, and it's like 2 thoroughbreds. We're ready to
You
go.
ain't never lied. You've never lied in your life. And it's now, and I'm telling you, they got me hooked on Beauty in Black, which you're currently starring in, Beauty in Black on Netflix.
Yeah.
And I know fans really love to hate your character, Norman.
Yeah.
Like, are you enjoying stirring the pot as this character?
So much,
Yeah.
so much. Because he's the only one driven by love on the show.
Yeah.
You know, they call him a diabolical character, but it's driven by love. He loved his wife. My wife is dead, y'all. My wife is dead.
Yeah, you loved your wife. You loved your wife, and now, you know, I love this because you're always working. You're always, you know, you're creative. And I was reading your book, The Artist's Roadmap. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Can you tell us about the Artist's Roadmap?
The Artist's Roadmap is a culmination of my 55 years in the business as an actor, and this is my 7th decade I'm touching, because I started in 1969.
Wow.
You know, and that's a challenging thing to do if you're only 40 years old, but I did it.
It's, you know, in the book, The Artist's Roadmap, because what I love is, yes, you're talking about the process in Hollywood, but it's a roadmap for life, because there's a chapter here that says the word no has to be a motivator. Talk to me about that.
I can't even say it the way that I say it.
Yeah.
No makes me excited. Let me just say
Really?
it
Makes you excited?
I'll say it that way. It turns me on.
No turns you on.
It turns me on.
Yeah.
Because, hey, listen, when I got in this business, it's in '69, and there were no roles for black folks.
Yes.
So I understood that I had to pave my own path. I had to create my own, right? Because I walked in there and it was a built-in no, and I had to find a way to turn those heads around and make them go my way. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, yes.
You know, it can't be a stop. My great-grandfather bought himself out of slavery, okay? And then he went back and bought his brothers and sisters out of slavery.
Yes.
So I came from a whole line of people who understood what no was and turned manure into fertilizer.
Yes, Richard. I love this book. This is one I'm going to be reading because I think this is a lot of life lessons.
There's a lot of life lessons.
Lots.
A lot of life.
And I want to say this to you before you go. My digital team, Richard, they told me that I had my Caption Crunch photo up there, and they said that you commented on the photo today. Can we put up your comment? I don't know. Can you see it? Can you read that for us? It's right there in the prompter.
Ooh, wait. That'll put some hair on your chest.
And there's one more question. I just want to ask you one more question because you're working with Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
And everybody's talking about Tyler Perry pays you what you're worth. He sees you. How's it been working with Tyler Perry?
Tyler Perry, I mean, it's a godsend.
Yes.
When I first came in the show business, you look around to find 1 or 2 black people. You know, now you go on Tyler Perry's set and there's 300 people on the crew, and now you looking around to see where white people are, because it's all black.
It's all black.
That's a whole different thing, and you get paid what you're worth, and there's a family, and it's filled with respect and love, and you know, he's a savant, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I always say, you know, never let your creativity pass through the lens of someone else's morality.
Ooh. All right.
and-
I got it. Okay. I need to be looking through the artist's roadmap. Richard, I want to say thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate you. I'm looking forward to seeing you and Debbie and something else. I want to see y'all work together like forever.
Hey, listen, I'm telling you, me and Debbie need to be having our own show.
You need to be having your own show with Miss Debbie Morgan. You are absolutely right.
It'll be so legendary. Sherri's got you feeling good.
Give it up for Harold Perrineau! Oh my gosh, Harold.
Beautiful this audience is. Look,
Harold.
I'll be right back. Hold on. No.
When I tell you, I have been waiting for you for 3 seasons. I'm such a fan of yours.
Really?
Yes,
That's
I have.
nice.
Now,
So?
let me tell you, we got to know each other because I didn't name this one, but you were also in the series Claude.
That's right.
With Niecy Nash.
That's right.
You played her brother. And you were so fantastic. That was one of the things you did in the
Yeah.
But did you have fun hanging out with Niecy and me?
I did. The only time I don't have a lot of fun hanging out with Niecy is when she's hanging out with you. Because the two of them together, they're fast. They're so funny. Like, you can't get a word in. It's like, hey, but, yeah, what? Oh, no,
It's
that's all
okay.
funny.
You know how to keep up. You do.
I try.
And I know on Claus, you played her brother,
Yes.
and which just touched my heart every time I watched you. But did she start treating you like a real life brother?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
She would do wild stuff. I got a call one morning, like at 3 o'clock in the morning. Harold, it's like, hey, what's up, Niecy? She's like, my driver didn't show up, and I got to get to the airport with my daughter. I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll be right there.
You put on your clothes?
Yeah.
Because people don't realize that Niecy bossy as hell.
But she's my sister, so
But she is your
you gotta listen. You gotta do what she says.
I gotta say, I love seeing you smile, this other side of you, because every role you have, you are so intense in your roles.
It's some serious stuff.
And let me tell you something. Your new show,
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
your new show From,
Yeah.
that's my jam. I don't miss an
good.
episode.
Good.
You play Boyd, the sheriff in the town on From. Can you tell the people who have not seen it what the show is about?
Well, if you guys haven't seen the show is about a town that people enter into, but they can't get out of.
Yeah.
All the roads always lead back into the town, and then at nighttime there are these. Even I still don't know what they are, but they're creatures
Yeah.
that come out. They will eviscerate you. They will like tear you.
And
limb
very
from limb.
brutally, yes.
They're brutal, yeah. And so I play the sheriff who's trying to keep everyone safe and hopefully get everyone out of that town.
You going back to that person right there. All the smile just and left. Now, I got to tell you, we're From, because it used to be like you could watch all of the episodes at one time, but now, this 3rd season, we got to wait every week to watch it. Why can't I binge watch them all? Harold.
Because you gotta have a little patience. You gotta take your time. And I like shows that go like week to week. You know,
Okay.
like in between the shows, you get a little time to talk about it. It's kind of like foreplay, you know what I mean?
All right,
Like
Harold.
I talk about it a little
All
bit,
right.
and then next week something happens.
Okay.
Right? You know what I'm
Y'all
saying?
right. Now I got Julian Murch from Best Man. See, that's what I'm getting right here. You know,
Little foreplay.
when I think about your career, like I said, I'm such a fan. When I think about your career, some of your best roles involve you getting stuck somewhere. Like
Right.
literally, in From, you stuck in a town.
Right.
Oz, you stuck in a prison.
Right.
Lost, you were stuck on an island.
Right.
Why are you always getting stuck, Harold?
I've been married for 30 years. I got 3 kids. I'm a little stuck all the time. You're like, that dude, he's stuck. Come here, man. Come here. That's what it feels
Just,
like.
I'm looking at this, and you are, geez, wow,
Yeah,
Harold.
no, I like those shows. I think the shows are, shows like that are entertaining. Like they're from a distance, they keep you like engrossed. You wind up being really, really involved. And then, you know, all the noise of things that are going on outside in the world, you
Right.
actually get a little bit of a respite. Like you were talking
Absolutely,
about
yes.
today. Like you get a respite. You get a chance to like engross yourself in something and not listen to the rest of that. And I like that. I like shows like that.
Well,
I
it
like
takes
being part
it
of
takes an amazing actor to be able to take us there, and
that.
you
No,
do.
well, I try.
Well, you know, it was so funny because you spoke about being stuck, and I know you are happily stuck
Yes,
with
I am,
your
actually.
wife Brittany and
Yes, I
your three
am.
daughters. You got 3 daughters. Let me get it. Aurora, Winter, and Holiday. Look at these 3 girls.
That's my girls.
Okay, now it's all 3 girls. Is it true you didn't want to be a boy dad?
I did not.
Why not?
I did. Well, look, Aurora's a little older than the other 2, and
Okay.
once I kind of had that, I understood it. I didn't want to change. I have a friend, my friend from Lost, Daniel Day Kim.
Okay,
And we
yeah.
were sitting around talking once, and he was like, "Oh, I was talking to my kids about baseball, and this guy who plays third base, and the other guy who plays the center field." And I was like, it was like German. I didn't know what he was talking about. I was just
Yeah.
and we thought Holiday was going to be a boy, so I was like panicking. I was like, "Oh man, I got to learn a whole new language." And there was a girl. I was like, "Nah, I got this.
You got it.
I got this. I understand the girl thing. I understand it a lot more now than I used to understand.
Yeah, but like you got 3 girls wrapping you around their finger.
I'll
Your
take
hair gonna be gray in about a minute.
My hair's gray now.
Okay.
Just for men, 5 minutes. It takes all the gray out. You ain't got to worry about it.
Well, Harold, I know because you know when you have girls, you got to be cool all the time. They gotta look at you as a cool dad. And I know that you scored some major points because Yara Shahidi shouted
it.
you out. She posted this on her Instagram. Y'all take a look.
That's right.
Baz Luhrmann gave us Harold Perrineau as Mercutio in Romeo and Juliet, which is one of my all-time favorite performances.
All right. So when you hear now, everybody loves Yara. So when she
Right.
says this, like, how do you feel?
I mean, I'm suddenly, I feel cooler. I'm like, he did give you me. Like, Yara just said it.
Oh, my God.
So, no. And I'm hoping my girls see it and that they think it's cool because they really just think I'm corny.
They think you're corny?
That's kind of.
See, you
that's
just
how that goes.
you gotta like have the tape on the phone. Just let the phone like
It just fall down.
Just fall down.
Oh, look at Yara talking about me
Exactly.
again.
Oh wow, I didn't even know.
I didn't even know how to.
Now,
Yeah.
in going back over all of the things that I love you in, one of my I love the movie The Best Man, the movies The Best Man,
Yeah, we had the movie.
and like. I feel like all of y'all are my family.
Yeah,
and
that's
so
right.
I know that after 25 years of this, Malcolm D. Lee had said that he was done telling those kinds of stories. So we need more of those stories. You got any tricks that you can get to, get Malcolm to keep doing it?
Well, so after the last one, after the Best Man final chapters, we all still wanted to work together. We love working together. And so I introduced the guys to a spirits company that I know.
Okay.
And so in the Best Man, we always drink brown liquor. And so the spirit company is making a thing called Sable Bourbon.
Sable Bourbon.
Sable Bourbon, and then
Yeah.
we formed a little company, and then we got Malcolm to come and join the company, and I think if I get him drunk enough, we can have another Best Man. Now, it might not be good because he'll be drunk, but we'll have another one. So right now we're gonna work on the Sable Bourbon and see if we can get Malcolm.
And it's
to,
called Sable Bourbon.
Sable, yes ma'am.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
delicious, it's beautiful and delicious.
I'm so happy that because everything you've done in Best Man, when y'all got up and y'all started dancing together, and it literally is like I'm looking at you like you're my cousin, Harold.
That's what a lot of people do. They look at me like family, and that's what it feels like, and that's what we're doing with Sable. We're creating a bigger family.
All right.
We're just gonna extend it, and so we'll see how it goes.
Harold, you're now part of the Sherri Show family, and I
Oh,
love
nice.
you. I love you so much. I want to thank you for being here.
Thank you
So
for
you
having
got to
me,
come
Sherri.
back.
Yes.
And I want to tell y'all got to watch started from the beginning, okay? New episodes of From premiere on MGM Plus on Sunday nights, and you can catch up on the first 2 seasons right now. As soon as he come in clanging that bell, you already know what's going down. So watch him. Please welcome the legendary Graham Norton.
There she is. Hello. So nice to see you. Oh, hello. Hi. Thank you very much. Wow.
Graham, I'm I'm so excited that you're here because I don't know if you remember that I saw you backstage at The View.
Of course I remember.
Back way when, I think it was back in 2023. And
You've got younger, I've got older.
I will take, I'm not even gonna argue. I'm gonna take what I can get. I asked you to come on my show, and you said you were gonna come. You kept your promise, and you are here.
I am.
Thank you.
Delighted to be here. Oh, my God.
Oh my gosh, you looked amazing.
That's a lot. Oh, good, it's gone.
You know, I have to say, I love your show. I love the Graham Norton show.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations to you because you've been on the air nearly 20 years.
Over 20 years.
Over 20 years.
Yeah, over 20 years.
And you know, in 20 years, you know, your audience can get bored quickly, but you've reinvented yourself several times. Like, how do you do that?
Well, I don't know. It's like when we started doing talk shows back in the UK, I was in my 30s and it was quite raunchy. Like, you kind of think, how could a talk show be raunchy?
Yeah.
We talked about some stuff, and I'd be like in the audience talking to them about their sex lives and stuff. And that's fine when you're in your 30s, but when you're in your 60s, that's kind of creepy. So I felt I had to stop. So I've been really fortunate in that I've been allowed to kind of get old on television.
Right.
And so, you know, as I've changed, the show has changed.
Okay, and it evolves the way you evolve.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you something about raunchy. I'm still raunchy. Okay. Let me tell you something. It ain't nothing I don't like talking about more than sex, okay? I do, and I've already got my memo. They already called me in the room, and they're like, Sherri, you gotta calm down.
Yeah, that's enough now. It's daytime. It's
I go,
daytime.
well, when I get it, I'll stop, all right? Now, on your show, Graham, guest drink. You know, you have guest drink, so I wanted to make you feel comfortable, so I wanted to bring out something for you. Can we bring out a Guinness?
Oh, thank you so much.
This is a
Oh, it's nice and
Guinness.
cold.
Cheers.
Thank you.
There we go.
Wow, and special Guinness glasses and everything.
Yes, and the Guinness go.
They're so,
Okay.
everyone's so jealous. Yeah. Oh, you don't have any? Oh, no. That's delicious.
That's an acquired taste.
No. You know, there's a shortage of this in the UK right now.
Oh, is
You
it
can't
really?
get it. I should really pack this and bring it home. Yeah.
I know I can put a little Tupperware thing on. You can send. Yeah, it's a very acquired
I
taste.
mustn't drink too much of this because, you know, I haven't had lunch yet.
Me neither. So we'll be together. Okay.
This is lunch.
Oh my gosh. Woo! All right. Now, you have had tons of celebrities on your show. I mean, but you made a very bold claim about Taylor Swift.
A nice thing.
Okay, you
A
did
nice
very
thing.
nice thing. It was so nice that I was like, are you a little undercover Swiftie?
Oh, I'm not undercover. I'm out in the open, Swiftie.
Yeah.
I love her. No, what I was saying was, like, so what's extraordinary about Taylor Swift is here's a woman who she can change the economy of a country just by
Yes.
showing up.
Absolutely.
And yet she seems so grounded, so normal. I mean, it's fascinating. I went to see her. Did you see the concert, the Eras
I did
tour?
not get to see the concert.
I went in Dublin.
You did?
And it was kind of organized through my show and through Taylor's
Yeah.
people. So I was being shown in, and I realized we're heading for the VIP tent.
Yes.
You know, the one on the ground. So we're in Ireland, and I'm thinking, oh, who else will be in the VIP tent? You know,
Right.
will Bono be there? You know, the Prime Minister. We get there. It was just me.
In the big old VIP tent?
No one else.
Really?
Me and a full bar. Thank you, Taylor. It wasn't full when I left. And Taylor provides nice drinks.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so I gotta come to Dublin.
Yeah, do
next
it,
time
yeah.
when she comes.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
where
yeah.
you get to like get all the VIP. And you get to like. So you met her?
No.
You didn't get to meet her?
No. I was alone. Literally, I was alone in a tent for 4 hours. But I saw a lot of Taylor Swift in the distance.
Right.
And I drank her bar dry.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a good day. It was a very good night. I'm not complaining in any way.
They put you in the VIP. That's the worst thing when they put you in the VIP tent and just forget about you.
No, but also because you're on the pitch.
Right.
So all these Irish children were coming up and giving me the friendship bracelets.
Yes.
Now, I didn't understand that you're supposed to give them back. So I just kept taking them. I was arms full of these friendship bracelets. And then finally, one little Irish girl is just at the little barrier going, "Give me one!" I'm sorry, I didn't get the memo.
You know, I know you have made Ireland proud because you got a portrait in their National Gallery. They put
Wow.
what is it?
I mean,
Like Gareth Reed, what's it like to see yourself in a museum sitting proud?
Well, it's difficult because so I wanted to see it,
Yeah.
but you know, I went into the gallery in Dublin. I was there for a few days, and I couldn't ask anyone, "Where's the portrait of me?"
Yeah.
So I was just scuttling around trying to find it, and then I see it, but I can't really stop and look at it because
Right.
there's other people. So I'm just out of the corner of my eye, I see it. And anyway, I think got away with that. And then I'm just leaving the gallery, and the woman behind reception just goes, "In having a look at yourself?" Yes, I was.
gosh.
But it is Gareth Reed did that painting, and it's.
Do you like it?
I
It
mean,
looks
it's
just
it's
like
weird
you.
because it's a picture of me, but it is a
Yeah.
beautiful thing. It's gorgeous.
Oh,
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's
He'll be so amazed it's been on American television.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, it's such a great portrait. But that's like a great one when you're over in Ireland and you just want to you want to get some cool points.
Yeah.
Take somebody and
I
look
need to
at
be
you.
on a stamp now. That's what I need.
You need
yeah.
to be on a stamp. Okay, I'd lick you. You put it on the stamp.
I'll manifest it. Yeah.
See, that's why I get into trouble.
Yeah.
It's that daggone Guinness. That's what it is. Now, I said this in the intro that we're both stand-up comics, and you're going. I'm trying to get my brain together after this Guinness. You're going on a comedy tour in Australia.
I know.
And
now
New
New Zealand, yeah.
Yeah. So how's it feel like? You're gonna have an evening with Graham Norton.
Norton. And I haven't done this for donkey's years.
Really?
I mean, yeah. And I did it in. I did
You got
one.
a full tour.
I know. No, and they've added dates and all this sort of stuff. So I did it in the UK, and actually it was really good fun. It's not really stand-up. I show clips from my show,
Yeah.
tell stories and stuff, and do a bit of Q&A with the audience.
So it's interactive.
Yeah, it's good fun. But I think it's the sort of thing. You know, the last time I did a tour like this, I was in my 30s, and it's a different thing now.
It is. It's very different.
I need to rest during the day. I needed to lie down. Naps are had.
Do you remember going out on the road back in your 30s and afterwards you go to a club,
Oh, I
you stay up
know.
all night talking? Now you have to take a nap in between the shows.
During the interval. Yeah.
Thank you. It's like in order to have your energy back.
I remember Cher told me that when she was in Vegas, she would walk off stage and there was an elevator like
Yeah.
in the wings, and she got off stage, got on the elevator, went up to her suite and went to bed and fell asleep.
And went to bed and
Yeah,
fell asleep.
like instantly.
I know.
I'm quite jealous of that.
Yeah. After drinking this Guinness, I want to go to sleep. This one, right, boy. Now, congratulations. You and your husband, Jono, y'all got married.
Yes, we did.
All right, a
I
few
know.
years back. And this is what I love, because you always said that you would never get married.
I know.
So what changed?
Well, it's funny. You know, I just did not. I just didn't think it was for me. I didn't think it was
Yeah.
not part of my plan, and it didn't appear to be part of my plan because it wasn't like it wasn't like there was anyone I could marry.
Yeah.
So, but then it happened, and then I met Jono, and in lots of ways I'm sort of glad I waited. Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because there are perks to getting married later in life. Like for instance, the vows. Like I feel like at my age, till death do us part, much more achievable. Like when you're 23, that's a big ask.
That's a big ass.
Yeah. You know, 60-something, there's things in my fridge will outlive me. So
Okay.
I'm good. Yeah.
So I like it because I think it's better when you're, later in age because you know what you want.
It's like getting a
You know?
tattoo. Wait till you're 80.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why do you wait till you're 80 to get a tattoo?
Because otherwise you get bored of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
80, oh, that's nice, and then you're dead.
Well, that's true. And at 80, you get the tattoo. If you get the tattoo at like 30, because a lot of girls get it on their chest. You get it at 30 and 80. That sucker's
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
be hanging in your knees. My gosh. Well, I have to say to you, congratulations. I'm on your 5th novel.
I know,
This is your
I'm
5th novel, Frankie. But
Thank
you know
you.
what I love about this, Graham? Because I've always wanted to write, and I've always been like really scared. I got the ideas in my head, and I've never done it. And you didn't start writing until you were in your 50s.
Exactly.
So, like,
Yeah.
what made you start?
It was that thing, I think when you turn 50, hello, on the way. When you turn 50, I think there's a slight sense that, I can take my feet off the pedals now and just kind
Yeah.
of coast to the end till I get a tattoo. And then somebody explained to me very patiently, well, Graham, you know, if you stay healthy, you could have, you know, another 30 years, another
Right.
40 years. What are you going to do? And I thought I've always wanted to write fiction. So I sat down, and what was amazing was I woke up at 52, a debut novelist. And I think it's great to be a debut anything in your 50s.
Yes.
You know?
I love this that you started in your 50s. And did you find like the ideas just came for your novels?
They did kind of. A lot of them. My mother gives me a lot of ideas, and you know, Ireland is full of stories.
Yes.
So this book starts in Ireland, but actually a lot of this book is in New York. It's kind of the story of an older lady, but you find out her backstory, and she, you know, traumatic childhood in Ireland, and ends up in New York in the '60s.
Yeah.
So I had to do research. I enjoyed it.
Oh, might we be seeing maybe? Could there be a movie? Like
Yes, it could. It could.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
we speak it.
I'll manifest it.
We are manifesting it. Graham, I have to tell you, this excites me, and it definitely inspires me to know that somebody has done it in their 50s. And like, I mean, because that's taking a leap. You know, you have to trust that you have what it takes to do it, and you actually, that separates you from me because you did it.
But also, the good thing, if it was a disaster, I think when you're older, you realize that actually you can fail at things and it's fine.
Absolutely. It's not
It
the
doesn't
end of the
matter.
world.
But as it happens, it was a huge success. So there.
I'm so happy. Thank you for keeping your word. And oh, well, you're
Thank
gonna
you
take
for the
one. I'm gonna
Guinness.
take another one
Cheers.
too. All
Go
right,
on,
thank
yeah.
you. I want to thank you for being here, Graham. Take a
Very much.
woo! I'm starting to like this Guinness. Y'all give it up for Gerard Butler and O'Shea Jackson Jr. When I tell you, my audience has been waiting for both of you. Oh my God.
And we've been waiting for you too.
Yeah, he said they've been waiting for you too, y'all. You know, I just have to say, thank you both for coming. And Gerard, you have to know, you have been my celeb crush since 300. I know, O'Shea, I know, but I gotta show you. Look at the wallpaper on my phone. This is right here. That's what I have. Right there on my phone. That is my romantic picture. I've had it on there since 300. What do you think about it?
We look good together.
Yeah, I know we do. I know we do.
Maybe it could be a wallpaper that they
Well, I do have wallpaper. Don't even worry about it. I got it everywhere. What I want to know is, did you get to keep the leather underwear?
I did. I still have that leather underwear.
Yeah.
I keep a lot of my stuff. You know, I still have the mask when I played the Phantom of the Opera.
Oh.
I still have the helmet from 300. My place burned in Malibu, so I lost my sword from 300, which was pretty special. And then all my big movie awards, you know, which were all made of plastic and melted. You know, weren't exactly Oscars or Golden Globes, but yeah. No, I try and keep everything. I try to keep O'Shea, but.
I kept my Jerry curl from Straight Outta Compton. If anybody cares about that.
And O'Shea, this is what trips me out, because I was first introduced to you in Straight Outta Compton. I cannot believe that it's been 10 years. Like, don't y'all remember Straight Outta Compton like it was yesterday? And 10 years. O'Shea, what does that milestone mean to you?
It's crazy because I didn't know I wanted to act. You know, I have this belief that people don't know what they're good at or like what their talent is because it comes so easy to them that they think like making money is supposed to be this difficult thing, but it's something that you already have in you. And I didn't know I had it until I had teachers tell me. It was my drama teacher, Mr. Richardson, in 6th grade, Miss Olinka in 12th grade, and I had a teacher named Hernan who showed me movies that I wouldn't normally see on my own. He showed me Patton, he showed me Dr. Strangelove, Rushmore, and he gave me this love for cinema. And then from there, he put a notebook in front of me because I was a daydreamer. He was like, you know, whatever you're thinking about, just write it down, because once you get it down, please return to the lesson. And he would give me 30 minutes every day, and then next thing I know, I wrote 120 pages of a story. And then we found out how to turn that into a script, and I went to USC for screenwriting, and in the middle of my second year, straight out of Compton, was doing the auditions and things, and my dad told me he needed me, and I've been making it work ever since.
I mean,
My dad.
Well,
My
yeah,
dad.
it's like y'all twins, okay, you and your father.
It's the lighting.
It's the lighting, is that what it is? Now, and you, Gerard, you've done so many things. You've done action movies, you've done romantic comedies, you've even done kids' films. So how do you pull all of that off?
I mean, I guess me as a person, there's a lot of different sides to me and who I am. And I always love the opportunity to be able to try different things, And for me as well, it's about making people laugh or scaring people or inspiring the hero in people to get a chance to tell all these different stories in different genres. But I mean, it can get confusing at times because after we did Den of Thieves, Big Nick O'Brien like that. And then I went right into playing Saint Nick because I was playing Santa Claus in this animated movie. And that's, ho, 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 and singing, we're in the business of Christmas. And then at the same time, I'm getting ready to do How to Train Your Dragon, and it's like, hey, cop, we're going to go and chase dragons. And then I was shooting a movie with Oscar Isaac and Al Pacino over in Italy where I'm playing this kind of killer. It's all at the same time, I'm playing this psycho killer, walks around talking like that, like he's from New York, and I was also playing the Pope in the same movie.
Wow.
So at times, he's, speaking like this all the time about what's happening in St. Peter's and being an artist, etc. So it can be a little bit. That time was
How many voices are going on in your head?
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, he said that.
I know,
it actually calms down the more huge amount of voices that are going on in my head normally.
Yeah,
at least this gives me
when you wake up, do you go, who am I today?
Pretty much. Yeah. And I don't like it when it's just little old Jerry. I'd much rather be somebody else.
I love, O'Shea, Den of Thieves 2 is so much fun. I mean, and watching you together, the chemistry is just so right there. Can you tell everybody what Den of Thieves 2 is about?
Well, Den of Thieves 2, what I really love about it is that while I am playing the same character from the first one, I'm playing a completely different character at the same time.
Yeah.
And I'm getting beat up a whole lot less in this one. But it's really cool to kind of expand on the character of Donnie Wilson to really show what type of chameleon he really is. And then to team up with Nick, for him to join the winning side, it's very cool because we get to play off that dynamic. And we already had chemistry from the first one. Yeah. But we knew we had to switch it up, switch the dynamic of the film, and I think it'll be really exciting for everybody when
I think it is in watching you two play together. Yeah. And then, I don't even want to tell y'all gotta go see it. I love the twist in the movie. Now, Gerard, your character gets really wasted in a nightclub. All right, that's one of the other voices.
True.
Now, when you were in the nightclub, how much fun was it shooting that? Or was it fun at all?
Oh, it was so much fun. I mean, you got to kind of make a fool of yourself because that scene, it's a great scene. It's the first time I've really hung out with this man. We're going to meet the Panthers. They're very dangerous. And it's, could go off, But then you put that in a club atmosphere and all these extras and this amazing DJ and us getting a chance to play, this tense scene that turns out to be completely different than any of his thoughts. So I had my contact lenses in to make my pupils. Did you have that in too?
No.
All right. He just acted. He's a good enough actor.
No, they burn too much.
Contacts, right? These huge contacts that gave you dilated pupils just so you really came across as messed up. And I walked around the whole 2 days, basically, like I was out of my mind.
Listening to voices.
Listening to voices. But the atmosphere was amazing, It was, and so by the end, and then there's a big fight sequence with all of us, and it was sometimes when an audience or extras, they give you so much more, and those times are special. So at the end of the night, long night, you're working from 5 in the evening till 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
And we finished, and it was like a kind of family by the end of that. So I just grabbed the mic off our director Christian and went, "You guys are amazing."
And everybody loved it, just to let go, huh?
Yeah.
Now, when y'all were filming, I know when you were filming in Spain, you lived next door to each other. All right, so
Yeah.
you were neighbors in Spain. So I got to ask you, Gerard, how was O'Shea as a neighbor?
Here we go.
What did you like him as a neighbor?
I know a setup when I see it.
Listen, I like O'Shea generally. He's an awesome guy, I have to say.
Uh-oh.
No, he is. I mean, really, this was one of my favorite experiences where you get to work with a great actor and hang out with him. And he's so talented, but he's just good with people. I noticed that as an actor on set. But to live next, and he had the house first, so I couldn't really complain that much because I kind of snuck in and took the place next door. That's
right. Yeah.
But he would he trained hard for the movie, which I loved, but he would wake up and he would put his beatbox on the wall, which was about 11 feet from my ear, and he would start blaring the music. Now, he trains, but he's not a fan of training, so all you would hear is, I got this!
Yeah.
I got it!
I gotta cuss my trainer out.
You gotta cut your way through it.
Yeah, if not, that's how you get an ulcer. You gotta let that anger, you gotta let that negative energy out. So yeah, I give my trainer the business, but it's all for the love of the game.
But you had the music on so loud in the window where Gerard was, I'm assuming, where you were sleeping.
I don't know the setup of the man's house. I don't know where his bedroom window is. I just know what my normal routine is. And yeah, we gotta put the box right there because it's by the weights, it's by the pool. I gotta do laps around.
Right.
Can I just say, the bedroom window is typically then when you open up and say, hey, I'm trying to get some sleep here. That's typically the bedroom.
And that's what you heard from your neighbor.
Yeah, but it's Gerard. He's always yelling, man. It's the voices. It's 300.
It's so funny, O'Shea, because music is completely in your DNA.
Yeah.
So do you got to battle your daughter Jordan when over what's on the radio?
My daughter's completely sexist. Anytime I try any male that she hears through the radio, she's like, "Daddy, turn this off."
Oh, really?
Anything she just would rather hear, female singers. So I'm completely locked down. We have a specific playlist that she likes to play. Katy Perry Roars getting played.
Is it? She like Taylor?
Yes, she loves Taylor. But then I got to give her some of the stuff that I know too.
Yeah.
So there's some Aaliyah in there. She calls it the baby song because it had, Timberland puts the baby in the beat, and also just some Disney records that we both like. But yeah, I have no control over my life. I'm a single father.
Okay.
I'm just trying to survive out here.
Okay, so if she likes the females, what happens when your daddy's songs come on?
Granddad got a potty mouth, man.
Yeah.
Just like, and it just don't hit the same when it's the clean version. So a little bit older, she'll get it.
Oh, yeah, because I think after yay, then you got to turn it down.
Okay, hold on.
And I get it just because, your father's Ice Cube.
Yeah.
And he's got such a big, huge book of music. Is there one favorite? Because I work out to all of his songs every day. So is there something that you like? What's your favorite song that Ice Cube sings?
It's about to get rough. So my favorite song is a song he did with Dr. Dre called Natural Born Killers. I know that don't fit the vibe of the show. But, and then
we know that.
It's a song he did recently on the 25th anniversary of Death Certificate called Only One Me. And I like that song a lot because I'm low-key singing the hook with him on the song. So
All right.
I get a little credit for that, yeah.
Oh, man, well, I thank both of y'all for coming. I'm
Thank
so appreciative. I am back with Sterling K. Brown, star of the most talked about show on television, Paradise. Now, in Paradise, you play a Secret Service agent trying to solve the president's murder.
Correct.
In a post-apocalyptic society.
Yes.
Y'all take a look.
Samantha Redmond, codenamed Sinatra, is behind this. She's pulling the strings, and the other billionaires are marching in step. But that ends now. We're taking control of the city. And when we do, we will find justice for the president, for Billy, and for every one of us who went through hell to get here.
Okay. When I tell you from that scene there, I would have followed you anywhere.
Appreciate it.
That right there. And the season finale dropped yesterday.
Yeah.
It is getting the hugest reaction. Like, are you having fun in this role, Sterling?
I'm having a blast.
Yeah.
It is. Sherri, you don't think lightning could strike twice in the same place. Like, it's created by Dan Fogelman, who's the creator of This Is Us, right? And we had a wonderful 6-year run with that show. He showed me the pilot, I read it, and I was like, oh, we should do this, because I want to know what happens at the end of the season, right? So we do it, and you know you have something good, but you don't know how people are going to receive it. Then you put it out into the world, and so much love comes back towards you. Like, it is, I pinch myself from time to time because it's like, I didn't expect this point in time in my career to happen. And over the past 10 years, things have been really good, and they just kind of keep getting better. I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
Yes.
Truly.
Favored.
Yes.
It's, you know, and this is what I love. I love that the Paradise episodes came out weekly. I know, and you know, I really like that. But I know that some fans, they were not happy about the wait. Hold on, Sterling, you gotta take a look at this fan.
Let's see.
Hulu Octavius Nathaniel Disney Plus Williams. Baby, drop the rest of these episodes now. And that's an executive order. If you don't drop these episodes, I'm gonna release the Kraken.
She called Hulu by his full government name.
The whole government name. She said Hulu Octavius Nathaniel Disney Plus Williamson.
And to that point, and to being here and looking in this audience, sisters, I love you. The love that you have shown for this show has been immense and wonderful. I know where my bread is buttered. Thank you very much for showing your boy support. For real. Real talk.
We love you too. We do. You know, it's so funny to hear people when they come on my show, when they talk about what they do in their downtime. Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade said that they were obsessed with Paradise.
Are you serious?
That's what she said. Now, I don't know, how many celebrity fans come up to you when you're like at the Oscars? Do they come up to you?
Girl. I was at the biggest night in movies. At the Vanity Fair party, I ran into James Marsden, and both of us said, like, people won't stop talking about our show.
Yes.
Like, it is such, it's like mind-boggling that most of the time the TV show is not something that the film people like to talk about because they're very sort of fancy. They talk with their hands too. They talk with their hands too, but like the enthusiasm unabridged. Ray Romano came up to me and said, hey man, love your show, really great, etc. Like everybody to a person, black, white, old, young, they were talking about Paradise.
Yes.
It's pretty cool.
It is so, I mean, Dan Fogel, he's
Fogelman.
Fogelman, excuse me, Mr. Fogelman, because I want to work with you. He's so brilliant because what he came up with, this show takes place in an underground bunker.
Yeah.
And I know that food plays an important role on the show. Like, y'all came into the diner, you had the fake cheese fries and fake steak.
Yeah.
So did you have to edit, did you have to do like a lot of filming on those food scenes?
You do a few scenes, but you know what you learn as an actor who's seasoned. In the beginning, when you get to eat on screen, you're like, oh, free food? Once you get into it a little bit, they have a spit bucket to the side because you don't know how many takes you're gonna do. So like, to keep yourself from eating goo gobs of cheese fries and whatnot, you chew, 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 and then you're like, blah. Like you just, because you can wind up getting high on your own supply. That's the first rule of the game. Don't get high on your own supply.
Don't get high on your own supply.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's just such a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece of acting. It's a masterpiece of writing. It's a masterpiece of its cast. And I gotta tell you that you and that James Marsden, I love James Marsden. I'm such a big fan of his. When you see him, you tell him, you go boy.
I will let him
oh
know.
my gosh. Now, Sterling, when you were here last time, you had just been on the show Hot Ones.
That's right.
Okay? And you made me try some spicy chicken wings.
It didn't go well.
It did not. Y'all take a look. It did not go well. Oh, where's Sterling? This is hot. This is hot. Sterling.
You may snap. Come on, my girl.
So I don't like going out like that. I don't like going out. So I thought that we would celebrate Paradise being picked up for season 2. Did y'all hear what I said? Being picked up for season 2.
Yes,
a second season. Yes. And I thought we'd celebrate with some cheese fries and some plant-based steak.
Okay.
Okay, so now the fries are covered in a special hot sauce.
All right, all right.
Covered in a special hot sauce made from the 2 hottest peppers on earth. It's called Carolina Reapers and Trinidad Scorpions.
Okay, I smell the heat.
Can you handle that?
Come on, show what
Okay,
you're
you
talking
already got it on your. You already got it. Okay.
Ain't nothing but a word.
Okay, I know you can tolerate
You
the
ready?
pain. I'm ready. Let's go.
Let's do
okay,
it.
all right, here we go.
Oh boy.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Thank you.
That's a slow bit. Ooh.
Now look, I probably shouldn't have added the extra. Because this joint is hot. Drink some of your milk. You know what? This is very hot.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, I get it. What you feel on the outside, I feel it on the inside. This is no joke. She can't talk. She can't talk, y'all. I'm gonna have to take over the show. Hey, look, y'all. Sterling Brown, I want to thank you for being here. The complete first season of Paradise is streaming on Hulu now.
Y'all, we are back with the GOAT, Martin Lawrence, y'all. I want to congratulate you. This is so exciting. Your daughter, Jasmine, is getting married to Eddie Murphy's son, Eric. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
I just got a few questions, Martin. Who's paying for this wedding? Is it you or Eddie?
Well, I gotta pay for it.
You guys, okay.
You know, Eddie said, no. He said, I done paid for the last 6 weddings. You know, because Eddie got a lot of children, you know. So he said, you paying for this one. So I don't have a problem with it.
Okay, so are you gonna buy an island for them to do the wedding on? Is it gonna be extravagant?
I'm gonna do what my daughter wants.
Okay, this is good. All right, so you know they got the toast that you got to do at the wedding. So who's, both of y'all comics, who gonna open, who gonna close?
I might let Eddie do the toast. He's funnier.
So you telling me you're gonna be able to sit there and let Eddie get all the laughs and you're not gonna get him to do nothing?
I don't know. I might say something. I might be crying.
Okay. That's a lot.
I just want to say this is a special moment. I might be like that.
Okay, and we're gonna be cracking up. Now I know that you're a foodie, so do you have a menu in mind?
Whatever my daughter's menu is.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's whatever your daughter wants.
Yes.
So how'd you feel when she was dating Eric? Did you go to Eric like the father and lay down some rules?
Nah, because he's so chill, cool. He's a lot like his father.
Okay.
He's a lot like his father, real calm, cool, collected, and just a cool young man.
Yeah. And so did you and Eddie Murphy sit together and had to talk about, okay, our kids are getting married? What does that look like for y'all now?
Yeah, I said something. I said, can you believe it? And he said, yeah. He said, long as they, respect each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be all right.
Yeah.
That's just like a comedy dynasty, y'all merging your families together. It really is. Yeah. And then the last question, can I come? Because they say usually if the parents are paying for a wedding, they can invite their friends even if they never met who's getting married.
Well, yeah, I will be telling my daughter Sherri Shepherd needs to be there.
I'm telling you. Tell Jasmine I got a gravy bowl for her. I'm telling you. I'm a gravy bowl buyer. So, Martin, we cannot have you here. I cannot have you here and not talk about Martin. That is Martin, when you first did this sitcom, did you even envision that it would become the cultural, phenomenon that it is now?
No, I had no idea. I was just trying to make it. Every year, because they were moving us to a different time zone every year. We had to just hustle just to keep the show on the air.
Right.
So I was going through all that. And so that's why I was giving you all these characters and big comedy and, you know, just doing different things that you hadn't seen before in sitcom.
Yeah, I mean, but you had people on there that we had not seen before. You had to put them on a sitcom that are names now. You had the perfect, I mean, we can remember just lines when you would come through the door, when you put people out. What do you think it was about Martin that just, we can't let it go? Like, we just love it so much.
Because there's a realness to it. It's a genuineness to it. You know, and the young love that me and Gina had for each other, you know, that's something that all of us have been through in our lives or going through.
Yeah.
So, you know, to see young love on TV, they wasn't showing that, especially black young love.
It was. I mean, that's what I love. You love Gina so much, like no matter what, you was always riding for Gina. Gina! You was just like, so I want to ask you this, like, because now y'all have matured and you're better with time. I know you don't have Tommy with you, but would you ever do a reboot?
That's the reason we would never do a reboot, because we don't have Tommy.
Because you don't have Tommy. Okay, I can understand that.
You know, Tommy was a major force in the Martin show, and he was our spiritual leader.
Yeah. Okay, well, I love it if y'all come together like you did before, and y'all would just come together and reminisce. I'll take what I can get. Martin, I just want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, it means so much that you made a detour to come to my show, because I have looked up to you for so long, and to actually sit across from you, thank you, Jesus. I'm so grateful.
We're gonna have a good time.